In this video, I wanted to go over just a couple quick refresher examples on what it means to calculate and find the slope given two different parameters. The first being that you have two coordinate points, and the second being that you have a scrambled up line. Okay, so first and foremost, let's look at the slope between 2 points. Again, one of the things that we need to remember about slope is that your slope, which we denote with an m, is representative of what's called your change in y over your change in x, or as we all remember it, y2 minus y1 over m2 minus m1. Sorry, x2 minus x1. So here I've got these 2 points, and so the first thing that you always want to do with your points is you kind of want to identify which one you want to be x1 and y1, and it really doesn't matter. So let's go ahead and choose x1, y1 to be the first point. That means x2, y2 is going to be the second point. And then we're going to go ahead and plug that into your formula. So here we're going to have that our slope is going to be y2, so negative 6 minus y1, so minus 8, all over x2, which is 7 minus negative 9, or plus 9. So negative 6 minus 8 is going to give you a negative 14, and 7 plus 9 is going to give you 16. Therefore, your slope is going to be negative 14 over 16. Now, the biggest thing we need to remember with that is you must reduce always. So here we can't just leave it as 14 over 16. We would have to reduce that down. And so here we would end up with negative 7 over 8. Now, in this next example, you can see that I want to determine the slope, but I have this very funky looking line here. So what I have to do with this is I want to unscramble or put into slope-intercept. Now, if you remember, slope-intercept form is going to be y equals mx plus b. And in putting it in this form, you can see we will clearly be able to pick the slope just directly out of the formula itself. So the first thing that I would do here is I would get rid of this fraction by multiplying everything by the denominator. So here you're going to have 3 times the whole thing. So this is x plus 2 over 3 plus 2 times the 1 minus y is equal to negative 2x. So 3 over 3 is going to go away and leave behind just the x plus 2. 3 times 2 is going to give me a 6 times 1 minus y. And then negative 2 gives you negative 6x. Distribute my 6 through, and we're going to get x plus 2 plus 6 minus a 6y is equal to negative 6x. Now I want to get my y by itself, so I need to combine these two terms together, and then I'm going to take this x term and I'm going to move it to the other side of my equation. And I'm going to do the same thing with these two terms here. I'm going to move them to the other side of the equation. So in this case, we're going to end up with a negative 6y is equal to, I have a positive x, to move it I subtract, so this becomes a negative 7x. 2 and 6 is 8, to move it says I subtract, so this becomes minus 8. I need to get y by itself, so y is equal to negative 7 over a negative 6x. Then I'm going to have minus 8 over a negative 6. I need to put it all together and reduce. So here we're going to end up with y is negative over negative becomes positive, so this is 7 over 6x. Negative over negative is positive, so this becomes plus 8 over 6 reduces to 4/3. Now, the line was not the important piece, the slope was. So in this case, my slope is 7/6. So there is a couple quick examples on what it is to calculate and find your slope, whether you are given coordinate points or the equation of a line. So I hope you had fun and enjoyed yourself as much as I did. If you have any further questions or need to see additional examples, please let me know. I'd be more than happy to work those out. Otherwise, I look forward to seeing you next time.